I believe that China is far ahead when it comes to AI. I think reskilling and upskilling is going to be is a major opportunity and also a challenge, even in a country like India, China. It's very unfortunate to see this eligible young people being unemployed.
So I'm here with Suhas Gopinath, who's the CEO of a software company from India, and he's also an advisor to the government of India. And we would like to talk about India and China relations and business opportunities. Suhas, you're here at the World Economic Forum in Dalian, China, here in this port town in the northeast of China. Why do you come to China? Why is it important for a business person to be here at this moment?
I think China is now like the epicenter for innovation right now, and I was very curious and intrigued about what's happening after post-pandemic world in China. And the Summer Davos is taking place after a very long gap, and it was very important for. I think it's very important for every businessman who's building a global company, of course, not to miss out about what's happening in China. And it was very important for us and my company to understand the potential opportunities for partnerships in China here. And yeah, it's very nice to attend the Summer Davos after such a long gap.
But still there are geo-economic troubles between India and China, between China and the US, between China and Europe, of course. How does this affect the mood here in China?
I think the most important fact is China organizing this Summer Davos, the annual meeting of new champions. Here, it itself shows their intent that they cannot be running a country in silos, and for trade is very important for China. And I think this event itself, the fact that they're hosting is a classic indicator. The fact that it cannot be operating in silos, and partnership and collaboration is important. And I think for trade or business, it's very, very important to keep the geopolitical aspects aside and to focus in across economy and also growth. And even for India cannot survive without China and the other way around, because India is one of the largest importer of Chinese goods, and the same with US and Europe. So I think there is a natural dependency on all of them and all the stakeholders. So it's only that of course geopolitical issues should not come in the way of trade.
So where do you see business opportunities? There are new technologies out, for example, AI. You also work in the field of artificial intelligence, but does one really want to share one's knowledge as a company, for example?
Yeah, I mean, I believe that China is far ahead when it comes to AI, but the problem is we do not know what's really happening here. And it's also an opportunity for us to explore this. And in any field of AI or cybersecurity or in general about technology itself, it's very important that you need to collaborate, you need to partner. And it's impossible to build, in fact, a successful AI company in silos. So it's very important that they need to look at partnerships. So it could be any blue chip company which is aspiring to become a global company has to partner, has to collaborate, and my another objective here is also to look for new partners within China who would be keen for partnerships.
Now you said you think that China is very much advanced in artificial intelligence, but you don't really know. Why don't you know that?
I think I've seen some of their output against a prompt. Maybe if you need to benchmark with OpenAI or with anything else, like I think their video AI is much advanced. Like I'm on WeChat, and I'm seeing the updates that is coming within WeChat about like from my friends about what's happening in AI within China, and it's very impressive. Like to see at least the output which they claim it to be true. So if at all it's true, then I definitely believe that they are far ahead than us.
What about knowledge transfer? Also, your company in India has also a lot of knowledge, of course, as a software company, also in cybersecurity. Are you worried a bit about knowledge transfer, or you think you can manage that with Chinese companies?
I think knowledge transfer is going to be an issue, and I think when you need to partner with across Chinese companies, it's. I mean, I'm sure that both the partners, even an Indian partner and also a Chinese partner, also believe that they should not be sharing too much, and the partnership should be maybe should start with the edge. So. I think there is a small amount of fear with both the partners when they work together, and it's very important. So it's like walking on a tightrope. So you can't walk too fast, you can't walk too slow, or else you'll fall. So it's exactly why you start the partnership at the perimeter level, where you do not have to share too many things, so that it puts either of the partner in kind of a discomfort. You see the way partnership will progress, evolve, and after that you can take it forward.
Now, a big topic here is also the reskilling of workers, because they need to be reskilled to be able to work with the new technologies. Where do you see the problems, but also opportunities?
I think reskilling and upskilling is going to be is a major opportunity and also a challenge, even in a country like India, China, and with massive populous country with this young population out there. It's very unfortunate to see this eligible young people being unemployed, and only because the technology or the industry is far ahead than academia, and the universities are far behind. And it's also very important in fact to bridge this gap by upskilling and also reskilling with more kind of industry collaboration. And I think. For example, across China, now they are forcing all their younger population to learn English. And in across India, we know that certain jobs are already replaced with AI. And it's very important for these young people. For example, if it's call center or if it's customer support agent, it's now replaced with AI. Now it's very important that now in India, where you have a massive population out there, where even if you go to a fuel station, you have somebody to fill your car, which never happens in Europe or the US. So now you need to figure out ways that you could reskill them and upskilling them. Of course, the Indian government has a policy decision for helping these individuals to be skilled. They've got various schemes. It's only that I think the academia and the university should has to closely work with the industry to understand the exact skill needs, and the skill needs they need to understand that it's not permanent. It can be disrupted within few months or few years, so they need to reskill again. So,
and you see the same problem here in China, or the same need to change?
In across China as well, it's the same thing. And of course, apart from language, which is going to be one of the challenges for them. I think when it comes to the hard skills or the tech skills, I think it's the same problem across. It's not only in across China but everywhere. But I think the problem is more significant for countries like India and also China because of the population itself.
Now, do you see that this is a topic that will be overwhelmingly discussed here in Dalian, or what do you think is the most important issue here?
I think the future jobs and for skilling and also reskilling, upskilling is going to be one of the core topic of discussion here. And the World Economic Forum has a very strong focus on skilling itself. And I've seen many sessions in the agenda which is focusing on jobs or the future of jobs and also skilling. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very hot topic. And when it comes to employment and skilling, I think the challenges is kind of universal, and it's very important to have that openness and to collaborate. Maybe something has worked for China. I hope that they could share it with the world about the way they are looking to solve it. And the same thing for India as well. If something's worked for India, we would be happy to share the way it was addressed with Indian context. And maybe you may have to customize or you may have to localize a template, and you need to adopt in that country.
Thank you very much, and
you so much. Thank
have a
you.
good conference.
Thanks a lot.